third year.
Second year.
My fourth year.
Working at Deloitte,
Working at BMO.
I'm at Microsoft in Seattle.
$27 an hour.
Around like $8,800 a month.
8,400 USD a month.
I think around 60 grand. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Selena. With summer fast approaching, what better time than to get the tea on where Western business students are working for the summer internships, all things recruiting, and money. Accompanying me today will be our infamous Western goose, which I've called Sarah because maybe I miss her a little bit. But stick around to the end for bloopers and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Today we're joined with
Zohid, HBA1, and I'm doing a dual degree with computer science as well.
Christina, a second-year student in business.
Cindy, and I'm in fourth year.
Suresh, HBA1, yes.
Mara, and I'm in second year.
Leo, I'm in my fourth year, HBA2, doing with financial modeling.
Valerie, and my pre-Ivey program was BMOS, HBA1.
Annie, and I'm in second year.
Andrew, third year.
Tife, hello. I'm in fourth year.
Nathan, second year.
Nisha, and I'm a second-year BMOS student. Where are you working this summer?
I'm working at BMO, which is a bank if you don't know. I'll be a cloud strategy analyst, so helping the entire company move their databases onto the cloud over the next year.
I'm working under a government-sponsored program as a programming intern.
I'm working at Kearney, or AT Kearney as some people know it. It's a consulting firm. Summer consultant intern.
I'm working on the strategy team at Unity Health.
I'm working at Deloitte in marketing consulting.
I'm working at Credit Suisse, Toronto, and I'm working as an investment banking summer analyst.
I'm working at BMO in the capital markets team as an accounting intern.
This summer I'm RBC Capital Markets for global credit. And knowing finance, I know you guys recruit a few years in advance, so do you have any plans for next summer?
Next summer, I'm at Evercore New York. I'm doing private capital markets.
I'm working at Home Trust as data analytics.
This summer, I'm working at Microsoft in Seattle.
I'm working at JLO. It's like a commercial real estate services and real estate investment management firm. I'll be working alongside their property team, so I'll be overseeing a few of the different assets on the West Coast and seeing how it goes.
Deloitte at their national sales office. And how did you get this job?
Just a lot of networking, so booking meetings with different managers, trying to talk to them about different vacancies that they had, and how my skill sets could meet those needs.
So my boss this summer was my boss last summer, and I worked under her as an unpaid intern. So this year, this offer kind of just fell into my lap in that sense, as it was kind of like a return offer, but a paid position this time.
I did their interview process, which is 2 rounds of interviews. I did like a month of case prep before this, and then I chatted someone who used to work there. She went to my high school and she was really nice. So I think she gave me like an internal referral, but that's unconfirmed, so we'll see.
Basically, it was a lot of networking. I really had to put my head down and grind. But essentially, I just went through the Ivey job portal, networked my way, got an interview, and then just killed the interview.
How helpful would you say the Ivey job portal is?
I would say extremely helpful, especially if you don't come from a business background and you don't really know where to start. I think the Ivey job portal makes like a really good resource for you to find jobs that you may be interested in.
A lot of networking. Started probably like 8 months before I landed, 3 rounds of interviews. Typical application process with some internal referrals, which is like really important for a big company like Deloitte.
Mainly just applying online and also just networking with the people working in the office right now, and basically applied last year and got the job in May last year. It's very routine, practice the guides, talk to the people who work in the industry to learn more about the job and kind of the skill sets is necessary to succeed, and making sure talking to your upper year students, alumni in the field, and there's a very routine process of learning the guides and acing your interviews.
Just through like networking with one of my friends' moms in my section 10.
I started doing the women's advisory program at RBC, and that kind of funneled into this job.
I reached out to a few people that I know, and I heard that they were hiring at Home Trust, and I have a passion for data sciences and data analytics, so after reaching out they realized that I would fit for the role, and it worked out, so very thankful for that.
I got this job going into third year. I honestly just applied online, cold applied, no referral, no nothing, just applied. Got an interview, And then I did my interview in like first month of third year, and then I got an internship third year, like October, and then I worked there last summer, and then I'm just going back to work there again this summer as an intern again. Every tech kid will know the L word, which is leak code. I just did a bunch of leak code questions. I also did some cracking the coding questions. Also, actually what I started with is I just went on LinkedIn and I just found people who had jobs that I thought were cool, and I just messaged them. I was like, hey, you work at Roblox, that'd be cool. I could work at Roblox. Like, how'd you get your job?
I saw the posting online, and then I like networked with a few people on the team. I also was able to speak to the manager, and he really liked me, so then I did the interview, and yeah.
Slay. Lots of networking, so a lot of cold emailing, LinkedIn messaging, just reaching out to recruiters and people who've worked there in the past.
If you're comfortable sharing, how much are you making this summer?
$27.75 per hour.
$22 an hour.
Around $106,000, but I'm getting a third of that because I'm only working for 4 months, so that's around like $8,800 a month.
I'm salaried, but I think if I divided it hourly, it'd probably be somewhere around like $28.50 an hour.
Not really at the moment. Sorry about that.
It's salaried, so I'm not quite sure hourly because it might be a little bit longer hours than your typical 9 to 5, so I'm not too sure. I think around 60 grand.
I'm making 22 an hour.
I just have my monthly salary, so I get 8,400 USD a month.
USD!
Making 22 an hour.
$27 an hour.
So what are some key lessons or advice that you've learned along the way?
I would say firstly, persistence is key because I was recruiting since May and I got my job in February, so that was like 7 or 8 months of intensive recruiting. Over 100 coffee chats, I messed up like 15 interviews, and it was really about, you know, keeping at it and throwing in your name in the ring again and again, and really dealing with those rejections. So never lose heart, and who knows, your 115th coffee chat is going to get you a job. And secondly, I would say the essence of networking is really about showcasing your personality and being true to yourself. So going with that intention of genuinely trying to build those relationships instead of just trying to get a job out of this person.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I think something that I learned and was just really important to me is just to not be discouraged, whether it's like through rejection or just seeing like your peers around you who seem to have like their life together. No one does. So just stay optimistic and just stay positive, and everything will work out.
I think the first one right now, just because of like the time that we're living through, a lot of the things are like not in your control. So if like the economy is doing really bad, you just have to make like the most of it. And then the second thing is always find like someone to recruit with you. It's honestly a lot easier to do it when you have like someone else who's going through the process. You can like case with each other. In that case, because I was doing consulting recruiting, I feel like in the long run you're gonna look back and be like, oh, me not getting the job that I really wanted is like not really that big of a deal. I know that's easy for me to say because I'm like on the other end of it now, but I've gotten rejected, so you know, like looking back at it now, it's not as big of a deal as I thought.
What I will say is that hard work does eventually pay off. A lot of people coming into HBA 1, especially this recruitment cycle, thought that they weren't really going to get a job, but I promise you that if you just keep your head down, grind, you will land something. It might not be what you expected, but you'll definitely make the best of it.
Starting early is always super beneficial, but don't start too early. You don't want to be that person that's reaching out in the summer, like annoying the recruiting managers and the employees, but you want to start early enough that you're the first person that they hear about.
I think the most important thing is definitely start early and use the network here at Ivey. Everybody is super helpful, and I think everybody wants you to succeed. So definitely reach out as much as you can, and don't be like afraid to reach out to other years. Everybody has resources they're willing to share. That could be like the people that they know, or just technical resources.
So you mentioned starting early. How early did you start?
I actually didn't start early. I started pretty late. I got my first investment banking internship, I think in November of my third year. And because of the fact that I'm doing a dual degree, I basically started a little bit earlier for my second one. And I think basically right after I landed my first one, I started looking towards for my second internship.
I definitely think a key lesson is making sure you're really prepared for interviews. Like, interview prep is very important, and you should definitely do it with some friends that you know, do it with like people you know in a club or anything, or like just any mentors as well. Interview prep probably took me like a month or so, but then it was kind of like on an ongoing basis as well. So when interviews came up, I would prep like a week in advance or something like that.
Networking is really important, and making really genuine connections with these people. Just trying everything and getting your foot in the door with a lot of different activities that exposes you to a wide variety of different networks.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that if you know what you're passionate about, I think that it's important to reach out to individuals at companies where you know that there might be opportunities where you could see yourself working in the future. So I think by just, exposing yourself and going out there, that you'll be presented with many more opportunities than you would if you just kind of stayed at home and just applied regularly.
I believe it's a numbers game, and I think just apply to as many, especially I'm in tech. I'm a software engineer. So if you especially software engineering jobs, you don't need to write a cover letter most of the time. You kind of just need to send your information, so apply to as many as possible. Obviously the technical skills are really, really important, but also just trying to be personable, relate to your interviewer is really important too.
Recruiting cycle is a really long cycle, especially first and second year. So I think some key things that I learned was to start earlier and to not be afraid to talk to other people, because I think it really is about connections, especially when you don't have a lot of experiences. So yeah.
Definitely make sure that you are using those cold emailing and network tactics, and get used to rejection now. You aren't going to land every single interview you apply for, but the ones that you do apply for, make sure you make them count. Really prepare for them. Get used to those behavioral questions, because at the end of the day, you only really need one good job offer.
Facts. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Definitely product management at an emerging startup with maybe 30 or 50 people, ideally in the AI space, hopefully in Miami, and hopefully with a lot of money as well.
I'm not really sure actually, but I've always been curious about the intersection between business and law. So hopefully somewhere along those lines, or even something in marketing as well.
I'm hoping to be financially stable. Maybe I will put a down payment on a house, and then I hope to have 2 cats. In 5 years, I'll be 4 years into the workforce, so I'm hoping to maybe be in a higher position, but I don't know if I want to do consulting forever. So hopefully I'll be working in public policy for investment in infrastructure in foreign countries. I feel that'd be really cool.
Hopefully playing a bigger role in healthcare. My aspirations are I want to play a higher level role in healthcare strategy and kind of help Canada's healthcare system.
Sticking with something more business consulting related, and just happy traveling, the typical things.
No, probably working in the field, maybe in Toronto. Hopefully I can just learn as much as I can. Get promoted to an associate maybe. That would be my goal.
I'm really interested in accounting, so I definitely want to pursue my CPA designation. Hopefully I'm working in a public accounting firm by that time as a senior accountant or a manager.
I hope to still be in New York and still be in investment banking, I guess, yeah.
Hopefully I'm at a successful position and that overall I'm just happy in life. I think that doing what I want to do, which is kind of focused towards data analytics, is important, just because I think it's the future going forward. So as long as I'm happy and I'm doing stuff I enjoy, that I'll be happy.
Hopefully with a lot of money. That's pretty much hopefully somewhere West Coast. It's all my plans. I also do hope to be at Coachella eventually, because that just passed.
Sleeping, yes.
For 5 years?
Yes.
Okay.
More.
Sleeping Beauty?
You know it.
Career-wise, not super sure just yet, but probably something in consulting. On a personal level, hopefully right here in Toronto in a townhouse, fingers crossed, with this economy, and maybe a dog.
What? That's it for this video.
Wait, we're not done just yet. Selena!
We haven't asked you what you're doing this summer. Here, give me the goose. Hey, can you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Selena, and I'm in second year BMOS.
All right, Selena, and what's your plans for the summer this year?
So this summer I will be working at Bell as a junior reporting program coordinator. So essentially I focus mainly on working with the main distributors between Bell and main offices.
You're comfortable letting us know, how much are you making an hour?
So I will be making $23 an hour.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Living in a house, having 2 cats, and being able to play badminton more frequently.
Any advice you would give your first year self, or just your high school self?
Don't compare yourself to others, don't stress about it, things will work out, but also learn how to do coffee chats properly and build a genuine connection, because that's hard to come by.
All right, thank you so much for your time today.
See you next time.
Until next time, like, comment, and
subscribe. Thank you so much for following us along today. Make sure to comment down below what other videos you want to see, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. See you next time. Bye.
Start rambling.
Leo. Lee. Sorry, don't say my full name. It's my first time doing interview, so let me.
I'm working at Home Trust.
I'm working at JLO. It's like
It's just their full-time salary, which is $105,000. Wait. Start that over. I forgot the.
Thank you so much. This are really nice glasses.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
What's your salary?
I think around 60 grand.
What if?
Behind the scenes of finding a location in Ivey.
Oh yeah.
So how are we gonna get by?
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I'm not really sure actually, but I've always been curious about the intersection between business and law. So hopefully somewhere along those lines, or even something in marketing as well.
Suits? Question mark?
Harvey Specter?